Welcome back to a new video. In this series we focus on the Olympian gods of Greek mythology. The Olympian gods are the major deities in Greek mythology who reside on Mount Olympus. They were worshipped throughout ancient Greece and played key roles in myths, legends, and human affairs. This video is about Demeter. She is the goddess of agriculture and harvest. She is also associated with fertility and grain. She is often portrayed as a protective and nurturing mother, but also as a goddess capable of great wrath when her loved ones are harmed. When angered, she could cause widespread crop failures and famine. Apart from agriculture, she also protected marriage and sacred law. She is the child of Cronus and Rhea. Cronus is the leader of the Titans and Rhea is the goddess of motherhood. She has 5 siblings. They are the other original Olympians: Hera, Hades, Hestia, Poseidon, and Zeus. Demeter had relationships with several gods and humans. She had children with Poseidon, including Despoina and the immortal horse Arion. One of the most famous stories about Demeter is the story about her daughter. Together with Zeus she had Persephone. She was abducted by Hades. He is the god of the underworld. He took her to be his queen. Distressed, Demeter searched the world for her daughter, neglecting the earth, causing crops to wither and die. Zeus intervened when he saw that humanity was suffering. Zeus ordered Hades to return Persephone. But Persephone had eaten pomegranate seeds in the underworld, binding her to that realm for a part of the year. Zeus and Hades made a compromise. Persephone would spend part of the year with Hades, autumn and winter, and part with Demeter, spring and summer. This myth explains the changing of the seasons. When Persephone is in the underworld, Demeter mourns, and the earth becomes barren. That's when we have autumn and winter. When Persephone returns, Demeter rejoices, and the earth blossoms. That's when we have spring and summer. Demeter could be fierce and vengeful when provoked. When King Erysichthon cut down one of her sacred groves, Demeter cursed him with insatiable hunger, leading him to eat himself to death. She also cursed the city of Pylos with drought after its king offended her. Demeter was highly revered in ancient Greece, especially in agricultural communities. One of the most famous festivals held in her name was the Eleusinian Mysteries. It was held annually in Eleusis near Athens for over 2,000 years. During the festival a set of ancient rituals were held in her honor. All the Greeks were invited as long as they spoke Greek and had not committed murder. The rituals were kept secret, and participants were sworn to silence. The ceremonies likely involved reenacting the abduction and return of Persephone, symbolizing death and rebirth. Other festivals included Thesmophoria, celebrating fertility and marriage. The sanctuary of Demeter in Kore and Eleusis was the central hub of her worship. Her temples were usually built in fertile regions, where crops and grains were abundant. When Demeter is pictured she is usually depicted as a mature woman, wearing a crown of grain and holding a bundle of wheat or a cornucopia. Sometimes she holds a torch, searching for her daughter. And sometimes she is shown riding a chariot drawn by winged dragons. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want a video about a specific mythological being, please let me know in the comments. Have a great day.